Hello, everybody, and happy Monday. I apologize. I'm not feeling all that well, so we will not be on too long tonight, but I'm here. I'm trying to push through it, and we have a guest today. She's new to YouTube, and I was trying to help her get everything situated. So was Heather, and then, yeah, it is what it is. But hello, Cheryl. Welcome.
Thank you.
Her internet is a bit choppy. She's trying to make sure she hears everything and can see everything. So she isn't on her phone. So we will have to make sure that we pop up any questions, stuff like that, on so that you can see them on the screen. Because I'm not sure if you can see the chat on your phone.
Probably not. I never can figure that out on my phone.
Yeah, I have a hard time too sometimes.
Let me see what happens when I
now is that the YouTube chat, or is that the chat for
I believe it's StreamYard chat. Yeah, I think it's it's hello everybody. Hello B-Baby. Hello Emily Conway. Hello Barbara. Let's see who else we got. Hello JC. Welcome. And everybody else who has joined us. Hello. Oh, Siosa Sales. Hello, dear. It's been a long time. Glad to see you. Hello, Aunt Kelly. How you doing? Hello, Pearl. How you doing? All right. So tonight, Heather's actually going to kind of take the wheel for a little bit tonight. This was her suggestion. Oh, and real quick before that happens, down in the description box, I learned how to make a jot form. So the link is down in the description, and I'll also put it in chat. It is a form for anybody who would like to be a guest, has suggestions, have topic ideas, stuff like that, so that we can help you, help us, and so on and so forth. But I will real quick drop that link in chat.
Audio.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's me here. No, mine's down all the way. And Kelly, don't be sassy tonight. We never stay on topic. You know that. But at least we'll have a general idea.
We're going to try.
She's so sassy. Kelly Howell is my aunt, and she's sassy. I love her, though. Okay. So I'm going to let Heather take the wheel, and we will go from there.
Okay. Oh, man, I'm looking frozen on my screen. Oh, hang on. No. Hang on 1 sec. I didn't do it right. I was trying to pop the chat out, move it over. Anyway, so this is my real life friend Cheryl. How far apart are we? Like a half hour away from each other? How long does it take? And she is not hearing us. And
I don't know if they can hear me.
Let's see. I wonder if she muted herself or.
No, I don't see her muted. It might be just her internet, which is
technical. We were doing fine with ish, until let's see what she can get figured out. But can you hear us now, Cheryl? And it must be too garbled. And let's see. I'm going to type her a message.
I'm going to try reconnecting per Phil's suggestion. I don't know if you can hear that.
Yeah. Are you going to reconnect? I think so.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Right. We've all been there. We all know what that's like. So we have more than enough patience to try to help her through it. No problem.
So how was your week in Destiny?
It was pretty good for the most
Good.
part. Friday night was fun.
It was.
The YouTube Mass Singer Live, Mass Singer YouTube style live on Tommy's channel. Oh, is that a tongue twister for me tonight? So yeah, it was pretty long. I mean, I was starting to feel a little better, and then today I just kind of crashed. So
Did you do too much?
What's that?
Did you do too much over the weekend?
I never do too much on the weekend. No, it's just, I don't know. It takes a little bit longer for me to get over if I'm getting, from being sick and stuff. So
Gotcha.
yeah, I'm just trying to. Pro, what's getting confusing? So
I'm sending her message, finding out what's going on.
So yeah, how was your weekend?
I'm trying to think of what happened. I listened to an audiobook. I'm lacking in inspiration right now, January, cold out. Yeah, because I told you. So, because I had started in on like the third book, and then after I talked to you, I stopped that one and went back to the first book and listened to that.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately,
Oh, I hear 18. There she is.
All right.
Hello.
Hello.
And
I totally lost audio from you guys. I don't know what happened. Could you hear me?
Nope.
No, you were just
now
sitting there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So, okay. So I had asked you, how far apart do we live from each other? Is it like 30 minutes?
Something like that, yeah.
It's not too far from each other. And I've been trying to remember how long we've known each other. 9 years? Or is it coming up on 10?
Yeah, somewhere around there. My oldest was in 9th grade and she's 25 now.
Holy crap.
I know, right?
So Cheryl and I known each other for a few years, and we've had just similarity, happen in our lives. And we're pretty equal on the dysfunction scale.
Yes.
So that's how we become
the autistic kids.
Yeah. And we often weigh the same.
Yes, you're probably thinner than me now.
And but so I asked Cheryl to come on and share a little bit about her story, her mental health story, and whatever else you want to share with us. So
I'm an open book, but I don't know where to start. There's so much in my life.
No, I've been trying to think of where to start. Dysfunctional childhood, abusive first husband.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we were talking today about the movie Glass Castle and how much like my childhood that is. Have you seen that movie?
No,
I have not.
Who's in it?
It was really interesting and sad, and it's basically just a really dysfunctional family like I grew up in. But
was it emotionally draining for you?
Kind of, but it was kind of cathartic to watch. Like, I can't be the only person that went through that if somebody wrote a movie about it.
Yeah.
Right.
The movie that I say.
What's the movie called?
Glass Castle.
The movie that I've said for a long time reminds me of father, at least, is Royal Tenenbaums. I love
I
that
don't
movie.
think I've seen that.
Oh, tell Tommy that's on my top 5 list if he's not watching.
To her top 5 list. What movie?
Royal Tenenbaums.
Royal Tenenbaums. He's like, okay.
But now let's see. Have you, I don't even know. We've talked about diagnoses, but as far as emotional issues, have you ever been diagnosed with anything? I know you have anxiety.
Yeah, just P.T.S.D and
Okay, yeah.
spectrum. PDD. Yeah, PDD-NOS.
Yeah, have we had anybody, we've talked about autism like with people's kids, but have we had anyone with PDD-NOS? What Jeremy has as well?
I don't think
I think
so.
it's considered the mildest form. Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. We do it all the time. You're, yeah, because to talk to you, you don't throw off that energy, but just getting to know you, then I, could see it more. Dwayne's very much that way. There's things about him that I'm thinking he's got a touch of the tism, but it's not something that comes off right away.
Well, like most adults, I've learned masking skills my whole life.
Yeah. Yep. I understand that one.
Especially like those of us who were forced to grow up young and take care of ourselves from an early age. You kind of have to blend in a little bit to do that.
Oh, very true. Yeah. And I hadn't mentioned, let's see, you have degrees in something
My
to do with
bachelor's
numbers.
degree. I have a bachelor's degree in psychology and a master's in business administration. That's the something to do with numbers. And I don't remember a thing I learned, and I'm no good at either one of them.
Well, I don't really remember anything I learned in high school. So you just have more that you forgot about, is that?
Yes. I love that phrase people use. I've forgotten more than you've ever learned. I probably have with a lot of people.
Sure.
I graduated on the honor roll, and yeah, you can't tell.
I'm sure Sarah did too. Yeah,
I made the honor roll when I tried to, but I didn't usually try. I usually just laughed off and passed anyway.
That your senior year, you had plenty of other things in life that you were dealing with.
Yes, I did.
I was in my senior year. I was in school from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. I think that contributed to my honor roll.
Well, I was only 3 months along when I graduated, so I don't think anybody knew.
Oh, wow.
I don't think I knew yet.
Really? Man, you're lucky.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Des, what, you were 5 months?
6.
6
yeah,
months.
when I found out. Well, and I had pertussis when I was early on in it, so that explained all my morning sickness symptoms.
I was 5 minutes along.
Oh, okay.
I started throwing up by 7 minutes along.
Yeah. I have a crappy
disguising it. But
second I turned 18, I moved out.
And
I was already in college by then.
And you moved in with your grandma?
Yeah.
So what do you
the
think?
excuse there was closer to school, but it was really because she was actually nice and cared about people and, took care of those in her charge.
Yeah. So what do you, like if you were to share some of your mental health journey, has there been some pivotal moments in your life? I'm sure there have been.
That's a tough one. The last therapist I saw, it was a few years ago, he had me draw out a chart of trauma, and it was basically this paper had a flat line in the middle. He's like, do a chart like it goes up for when you had trauma, you know, based on how severe it is, and down when you didn't. And it was pretty much like almost all the way up to the top, and then a bit of a dip after I got divorced, and then way back up with my health issues. And I think it was kind of a pivotal turning point to realize my entire life had severe trauma until now. Well, and I kind of do with the health issues now, but they're pretty mild at the moment compared to what they have been.
Which is awesome that they're giving you a break right now.
Yeah, I'm still disabled and can't work, but that's milder than it was.
You're like company here, so
yes.
But now, let's see. You had been with Phil. You guys were still basically newlyweds when I met you.
Yeah, we were. In fact, that summer that we met, I'd had a miscarriage that summer.
Right. Yeah.
My second one, I think. Because, like, right when we got married, we had 3 miscarriages, bam, 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 in the first few years. And then I, got rid of all that equipment, so that wouldn't happen again. A year after you did. You got yours done, and you were like, you have to do this.
Yes, because she made me go in. So we, normal years, we will get together for Thanksgiving that evening, and then again on New Year's Eve. And I've been having problems. And so I was waiting for the next year because we were going to put more money in the medical fund. And so the clock strikes 12. And do you remember what you said?
You can get your hysterectomy now?
Doctor, make your appointment. There were a few times there you'd come to see me and I was just in bed. And
you were so swollen up and miserable.
It was awful. And yeah, Destiny's been through similar as well. And thank goodness they do those now.
Can you imagine just living with that your whole life?
Oh, hell no. No way. And now, meeting Phil was definitely a pivotal moment in your life.
Oh, best thing ever.
Yeah.
Him's the best thing ever did.
The sweetest guy. I've already told him that if we outlive Cheryl and Wayne, he's mine. And he's horrified of me.
I don't think he's horrified of you. Heck, you've told him you want to be my sister wife. On multiple occasions.
No, Phil is a very kind man, and I can't.
He is. In fact, we've just been over at a friend's house that just moved, and he's been assembling furniture and setting up computers.
And last weekend, my laptop crapped out. Remember, I was telling you I was having problems, and it crapped out. And Dwayne's like, "Man, we should have sent it home with Phil." So we did a buy me down, and I got Natalie's, and she got herself a new one because they won't trust me with anything brand new. Oh, let's see. You got muted. How did that happen?
Oh, she just has to hit her little.
Yep, hit your little mute button.
Yeah, I can't do it. It won't let me.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
So
Okay, yeah, my mute button hadn't been on. It said my browser lost connection to my microphone, but I tried muting and unmuting, and I guess that worked.
and I know
But Phil brought me my laptop, so if it cuts out again, I'll try it on the laptop.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
I know another great challenge has been raising not one but two children with autism.
Yep, and even though they're in their 20s, I'm still raising them.
I'm not looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's a whole different set of challenges once they hit adulthood. But I'm sure glad to be done with the K-12 school system. That was an utter nightmare.
You know, right now, Jeremy is saying that he doesn't even need his GED. And I'm like, you're going to get your GED because your mother wants you to get one. And, you know, I told him, I'm like, get your GED and go to college. He could do it if he just would. And I know he could even get into various programs.
Yeah. My kids would not have graduated if I hadn't helped them a ton with their online classes.
And I just was like, no, I wanted them to graduate, but I was like, you got to want this. And he didn't. So I'm waiting for him to want to do it for himself. So let's see, finding someone with that love and patience is next level amazing. I'm so glad you found that. And we lost her. Maybe she'll try her laptop now. We'll see what happens. Oh, there you are.
Again. Yeah. I think that was just my bad internet. I don't think going to the laptop would help much.
Okay, did you hear what someone had posted for you?
Yeah. Oh, I see it popped up again.
Yeah.
He is amazing, and I'm so happy to have him in my life. I almost feel guilty that I'm not able to do as much as he does. As much for him as he does for me.
And he's got a lot of patience, and so I always say that one of these days it's going to be like, you were such a quiet, kind man. You just snapped.
Yeah, you're saying it's always the quiet ones that go postal, huh? He just said it might happen. I know he's joking, but he gets frustrated with things like I do. He just bottles it up.
And cancer, man, leads to cancer. Got to have an outlet.
Yes.
So, therapy-wise, you know me. I'm like the chronic or the perpetual or the repetitive, I don't know what word I want, but for therapy dropout. How have you felt that it's been for you?
Therapy?
Yeah.
I don't think it's been helpful at all.
It's what it is for people, but
the first time I did therapy, the first 3 times were marriage counselors with my ex-husband. All 3 of them told me I was doing everything right and he wasn't trying, so that didn't help much. He wouldn't even show up to therapy.
They were right.
Yeah. And then when the kids got diagnosed with autism, we got sent to LDS Family Services. That was a joke. They didn't even know much about autism.
They don't even let you swear. I'm echoing. Did that told you?
Sorry, say that again.
When you went, okay, we need to explain what we're talking about, but I'm echoing. So you explain what it is.
I need to explain that? Okay, so the LDS or Mormon church has their own counseling center. Oh, I forgot. I did go to counseling before the marriage therapy. When I was pregnant with my eldest daughter, they sent me to LDS Family Services. Like when my bishop found out, he wouldn't let me leave his office until I called and scheduled an appointment. That was a joke too. That wasn't therapy. That was people trying to beat into my head over and over and over again that I needed to adopt out my kid through their adoption service, because every kid needs a mother and father, which I still belong to that church, but I very much disagree with that mantra of theirs.
Well, it depends on how good of a mother and father you land yourself with.
Yeah, that's true. I think I was a very good mother.
Yes, I agree.
And my grandmother was
We've got
basically
feedback.
Yeah.
So my sound is down as far as I can go.
You got feedback too.
Yeah,
So is it Cheryl?
it might be. She
What's
might have to turn her sound down just a little bit.
Yeah, you're turning your volume. It just
is
started.
that any better? Now I can't hear you.
Do you have earbuds that you can plug in?
Yeah, that would be the best.
She's got some.
Are you in your pajamas?
I
Does
wish I
that
was.
help anything?
Yes. Are you in your pajamas?
Yes.
Oh, I can still hear it.
My beautiful Christmassy pajamas with M&Ms on the pocket. Let's see if I can aim it at the pocket. There's my Christmas pajamas that I got at the
cool.
M&M store in Las Vegas.
Awesome.
And
we got home and I just immediately put my pajamas on, and then Heather's like, "Are you going to be on tonight?" And I'm like, "Yes, I forgot, but I'll be on." She knows I have the worst memory. The sound quality is a bit different on the earbuds. It sounds a little weird, but I'm okay. Is the sound okay on your end?
It sounds better for me.
Yeah, and I don't hear it, but I did ask Chad if the echoing is doing better.
Yeah, we'll see if.
Okay.
But yeah, as far as the therapy goes, I always say if you find a good therapist that works for you, that's awesome. I have never really done that. A neighbor who I had that is a therapist, she told me that I would benefit more from group therapy than whatever else I attempted at. And but I've never done that either. And now we lost Cheryl's volume. We are just struggling tonight.
Oh yeah. Did she by chance hit the button on her earbuds?
Oh yeah. Is it your
hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now.
So I hit the mute and then unmute again, and that did it again. So I think it's their website. But I was going to say I had one therapist, an older lady, who all she wanted to do with me is guided imagery, even though I told her I have aphantasia, which means it's basically a word for the mind's eye is blind. I don't have imagery in my mind. It just doesn't function that way. But she wanted to do guided imagery, and I'm like, it doesn't work. I can't see anything in my head.
So, Dwayne and I were talking just briefly on this because I totally think in pictures. That's all my brain does is think in pictures. So there's a way we're polar opposites. So what happens in your head then if you don't have the imagery?
Everything's kind of an abstract because I can't see or imagine any of the senses here. And it must be a different part of the brain than dreams, because I do dream.
Mm-hmm.
But when I'm awake, I just don't have any of that imagination stuff in my head. Everything is abstract. And I think that's part of why my memory is so bad, because I can't just think back and hear what somebody said over again in my mind. I say things out loud to myself because it helps me remember to some degree, but it's still all in abstract. If I want to remember what somebody was wearing, I tell myself, oh, that person's wearing a blue shirt. Because if I look at someone and I'm not making a conscious effort, 2 seconds later, you can ask me what color they were wearing and I don't remember.
Now, I have never heard of that being linked to autism. What have you learned?
I haven't learned a lot. There's not much research. In fact, it was a year ago what the name for it was. And I was in my 30s before I realized it wasn't normal.
Because I know we've talked about that kind of thing. Like you talked about the face blindness. Is that fall into that category?
Yeah, the face blindness is part of that.
Okay. And
I don't
yeah,
think
it's something.
everybody that's face blind has it, though.
And so, yeah, it's anything I know about that is from you.
Yeah, which I don't know a ton. I'm certainly no expert, but I've learned a little bit since I have it.
Yeah. Gotcha.
I can tell you what the experience is like, which I pretty much already did. So
now, like through school, do you feel like did you learn long enough to pass the test? There's a learning for that when you learn. Is it the some like disingenuine learning? Something?
yeah, I'd learned long enough, just long enough to pass the test, and then it's just gone. Like I wouldn't remember it anymore. And I BS'd my way through a lot of tests. I think that's one reason. I think that's one reason math was always my favorite subject, because I could figure it out. Even if I didn't remember how it worked, I could usually just figure it out.
See, and I'm, aside from just everyday practical application math, anything beyond that, I'm just lost. Yeah. I'm trying to think of, I was thinking over little things here and there. Let's see. Barbara is awesome. We love Barbara. You see her, it is posted at the bottom there. She has all kinds of wisdom that she shares with us. So, you know, with autism, and Countess April has experienced LDS. What do you mean by that?
I think she means Loeys-Dietz syndrome, which is another connective tissue disorder. Connective tissue disorders and autism have a high comorbidity rate.
And Cheryl does know a huge amount about connective tissue problems.
Yes, I run a local support group. I have done for about 6 years now, and started a small nonprofit, but it hasn't really gone anywhere. But yeah, our family has Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, but I do know some of the other ones like Loeys-Dietz and Marfan's.
Oh, there's a question from Dwayne. Yeah, that's Dwayne.
The most difficult mental health issue to accept / deal with. For me, P.T.S.D. Like, I have P.T.S.D. from multiple things in my life, but one example is I was in a really bad car accident when I was 16 years old. I was in the passenger seat. My friend was driving. Oh, yeah. Can you see my scars?
No.
I have.
Oh, yeah. I see right above your eyebrow.
Yeah. Well, the one above my eyebrow is from something else, actually. I got run over by a bicycle when I was 2 years old. Under my eyebrow and under my eye are from the car accident. I had 300 stitches in my face, shattered the bridge of my nose. But yeah, that gave me PTSD, and have been deathly afraid most of my life to be a passenger in a car. It still bothers me with people that I don't really trust to be an excellent driver. I'm fine with my husband driving. He's awesome. But
sometimes, though, you said, I want to get
again.
ready for tomorrow, so I'm driving. This woman drives fast.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. You guys keep freezing up, like on my end, and then I'm hearing
Can you
like,
hear me?
Mac
I'm
bedroom.
trying the computer.
Yeah, the stutter thing. I've heard it do the stutter thing once.
Yeah, it's done it a couple times on this side.
And
I don't know if it was just me. For some reason, I don't know if StreamYard's being sassy or not. But then JC said he was hearing the same thing. So
a bunch of stuttering.
Yeah. And then a lot of feedback.
And we're just having issues.
But thank you, Denise and Aunt Kelly, for being here. And we will see you guys. Oh, I see that she. All right, let's see. All right, I'll remove this one, add this one. Okay.
Hey.
Let's see how this one works.
It's and can you hear us?
Now I'm on my laptop. Bad sound because I'm on the home internet again.
And okay. How are we sounding better now?
Yep.
I can hear you, but I can't understand you.
Oh,
it's got a horrible sound.
Oh no. Yeah, we can hear you just fine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I forgot what I was saying though.
Oh, we talked about PTSD quite a bit on on our show.
I couldn't understand any of that. I'm going to try and get it back on my phone.
And okay. And when you say that after, like, Destiny, after anxiety and depression, then PTSD is probably the next thing we've talked about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And well, I think, partly because PTSD can create so many other issues.
Yeah. B. Davies said car accidents are a major source of PTSD for people. I've been in more than I'd care to admit, both as driver and passenger. Yeah. It's crazy.
I've been in a few myself. Now, if if Dwayne had PTSD from car accidents, now he's been in all kinds of them.
Wow. Yeah, I have. All right, let's see. Let's see if this works.
Okay, I'm on my phone again. Yeah. Now I can actually tell you.
Oh, there it goes again.
And
yeah. Oh, really?
It is just not wanting to cooperate.
No. JC says,
can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I hear echo.
And I'm not hearing the echo.
Oh, I'm echoing?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sorry it didn't work out with the computer. It's just our home internet is so incredibly slow and we don't have any better options for it. So
we just upgraded ours. And is the echo still going on? Because I'm not hearing it. Everybody else. And
okay. But yeah, I think I was talking about PTSD and the car accidents and made me deathly afraid to be a passenger in a car because I have no control, and that's been bad for me in the past. And I've had multiple car accidents as a passenger, but I think I'm a really good driver. I've never had an at-fault accident. I've been hit multiple times. But
Oh,
yeah, and PTSD from childhood trauma, from medical trauma, just all sorts of things.
Yeah.
So that's been my most challenging issue.
What are they saying?
um,
Are the viewers catching any of it?
no, I think I have, because I was working on that video. I wonder if that has something to do with why StreamYard might be acting up, because I have it up in the background.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying. I want to save it and then work on it later, but it's not. I'm afraid that if I try to save it, everything's gonna shut down on me. It
Yeah, we
shouldn't.
don't want that to happen.
It shouldn't, but
You save it in the cloud?
no, I save it on my computer. Uh, let me try. If it kicks out, we'll just restart.
And okay. Hopefully your stuff doesn't get lost.
Yeah, usually I don't have this problem, but I don't know. All right. So I have up now is StreamYard. No,
Here, I'll get rid of some of my. There.
okay. So Wayne is asking, how did it manifest?
Or how does it? Yeah, how does your
Manifest.
PTSD show itself?
My PTSD is just severe anxiety. I know most people that get it have flashbacks, but I think the aphantasia stops that from happening with me.
Because I've never seen you go into a panic attack. I've seen your daughters go into panic attacks, but I've never seen you do it.
I hide them really well.
Yeah, I think people don't know when I'm having a panic. You know, when I'm having a panic attack is when I stop talking.
I usually start crying and I try to hide it. And you probably noticed I was earlier dabbing at my eyes. And that was a kind of a mini panic attack because, we're dredging all these memories and stuff.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, probably the thing that throws me into a panic attack by far the fastest, and I think you can relate to this, is if one of my children are having anxiety. That just,
Oh, me too.
my heart rate goes up, and Natalie is my worst trigger in the whole world. Because she of her having so much anxiety, and then I'll be with her, and and I can just feel her anxiety, and so then I'm sitting there calm appearance, but my heart's racing, and we were in the doctor's office.
If my kids are crying, I start to.
Me too. Natalie says I'm horrible at comforting because I just cry along with her. But no, I remember we were at the doctor's office, just I don't know, like to get shots, I think it was. Like for junior high, And she was having this panic attack. And I'm like, Natalie, just hold your breath. Maybe you'll pass out and then we can both relax. Because I was like, take deep breath.
Use it with humor.
Yeah, and she's like, it's not working. I'm like, then hold your breath. Hey, I have never claimed to have stellar parenting skills, okay?
Well, yeah, we're all learning. I mean, it didn't exactly come with a manual.
Oh, hell no. And my three are, your two are so different from each other. And
oh, yeah. One is just the sweetest, kindest person you could ever meet, but she's so riddled with anxiety. It's just horrible to try and deal with. And the other one I'm sure she's bipolar because she can be the sweetest, kindest person, but she can also be really mean and horrible and yell and scream. But she always is mean and yelling and screaming at her sister, which is why the oldest moved out.
I don't blame her. Calandra is just one to be experienced.
Yeah. And so many people in the school system when she was growing up called her own kind of monster, and that always really bugged me that they used the word monster. I'm like, she's my little girl.
Yeah,
She's not a monster.
that doesn't feel like they're actually fighting for her, does it?
Oh no, they were never fighting for her. They were always fighting against me when it came to her. We dealt with so much ableism and downright discrimination in those schools. It was horrific. If I could go back, I would homeschool. Well, I couldn't homeschool most of it because I was a single mom, but I'd always wished that I could because it was so bad.
Destiny homeschools. And how old are your 14 and 16?
Joey will be 15 in March, and Jasmine just turned 13 in November. Let me tell you, homeschooling is very hard because fighting with them, you get to a point where you're just done fighting with them. So next year, we're talking about putting them back in the school and seeing what happens. Since they don't want to work with us here, we'll see how they do in regular school once again.
I never found the right situation for Jeremy. Well, Spectrum, so you went to a charter school. Any kid can go there, but it focuses on autism. And really, the only kids that were there that weren't on the spectrum were siblings. Like Natalie went there for a couple of years because she was getting eaten alive by public school. Charter school is public school.
Yeah, that's where Heather and I met. And my kids went there for 1 quarter. It was bad.
The junior high just didn't have it together then. I don't know about now or the high school. The elementary had gotten themselves together, but when it comes to autism, there are far more questions than answers.
Yeah. I actually finished out that year homeschooling, but then I had another miscarriage and couldn't quite finish the year. It was like a month before the year ended. So
I remember that one. You tried to die.
Sorry, what was that?
You tried to die.
Yeah, I tried to die again. My first miscarriage was the worst one. That was before you knew me, but my third one was pretty bad too. So yeah, I couldn't finish that school year out, so we went back to public school, and I wish we hadn't done. I wish I just would have let myself recover and keep homeschooling.
Yeah, I don't know. When you have kids that fall into the cracks because there just aren't programs that are right for them, but then also self-accountability. Because seriously, now I know, Jeremy, your daughter's on the spectrum, yes, but all 3 of them are intelligent. All 3 of them are capable of managing themselves within, their ranges. And I was like, you know what? End of the day, this has got to be about you. You have to decide it's what you want. And, the 3 of us all have our stories of what we went through. And everyone does. But it's choice. It comes down to choice, especially with, Jeremy had a IEP, man. That was a freaking cakewalk. Had he stuck with
I lost you again.
And oh no. And so as a parent, it was incredibly frustrating. Can you hear us now? And we're talking to you. And but Well, with you not feeling well, Destiny, and our technical difficulties, we're coming up on an hour. Should we
Yeah.
call it good so that
I think so. I want to thank you, Cheryl, for being here. I appreciate you for being here with us and sharing your story. We actually should get together and try to pre-record. Maybe that might help. Oh,
yeah.
maybe that'll help a little bit more with the um, audio stuff. Maybe we can get it fixed too. She dropped off, but hopefully she'll come back before we actually end. We're gonna do our southern goodbyes.
So I'm on a laptop that I have yet to cause problems with, and Dwayne had our internet upgraded, so so we're doing better. I hope that doesn't improve my technical abilities, but
Yeah, my laptop, when I had my laptops, let me tell you, Tommy was working on those suckers all the time. Now he only works maybe once a month on my desktop. And so reboot. Oh yeah. Sharon says reboot your internet before the show may help also.
that is
Yeah,
a
I think a lot of it. I don't know. Internet can be strange sometimes.
Oh, bless
So
you. Maybe after the pandemic, I'll just have Cheryl, when things get better, because she's doing a lot of self-quarantine right now because of her compromised immune system. But maybe we'll have her come over here and we'll just sit together.
so
That sounds better.
Yeah, her internet doesn't doing any better. But
yeah, but my phone, I'm using my mobile provider's internet. So what would I do there? Just restart the phone?
Perhaps.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
try
not
that
real
next
familiar
time.
with the phone. I always go live off of my desktop one. For me, I'll jump on with my phone, but I don't know. I'm a little techie, but he's the techie. So
My husband is a computer programmer, so he knows what he's doing. But he's making dinner right now because he's awesome.
right, we haven't like I woke up probably about a half hour before my live here tonight. I have just not been feeling good, and
you don't sound like you feel well.
I don't, and it's just gonna take a little longer than normal, but I'll get through it. I've been trying to push through it, so that's probably not helping the whole thing. But but thank you everybody for being here. I hope you guys have a good rest of your Monday. We will see you again next week, 8 p.m. Central Time on this channel. I am working on a new intro. So hopefully we'll be able to use that next week. Again, down in the description, there is a job form for anybody who would like to be a guest, share any ideas, topics, all that lovely stuff. So make sure you head on over there and check that out. And then I think we are actually gonna head it out. Cheryl, again, thank you for being here. We'll try to get together outside of YouTube, and maybe we'll see if we can record something and put it up. So maybe that'll work a little better. With that, we will talk at you later. Have a great night, everybody. Much love.